Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea, a channel about marriage to a woman from the Philippines. I've been married since 2015. There's a TikTok comment. This gentleman says, I just can't get excited about a Filipina that is more dedicated to their family than to, let's say, him. And this is a common refrain from people in one form or another due to the heavy emphasis, it would seem, on the family. And so the word I'm going to parse out here is the word more, as in she is more dedicated to her family. And what I want to say about that is, and please leave your comments here and subscribe to Love Beyond the Sea, is that you can never have anything 50-50. That's just impossible. So I think there are times when if you're going to marry a woman from the Philippines, there will be higher emphasis on her family than perhaps the two of you at times, but it's not permanent. And when that happens, perhaps that's in the first year or two, and it seems like, well, she must be more dedicated to her family because she's on the phone all the time, she's on Facebook, she's on Viber or WhatsApp. Well, she's going to be lonely and homesick for a while, but that shouldn't be mistaken for being more dedicated to family. But I would be curious to know what this really looks like if the Filipina is more dedicated to her family than to him, because if my wife is here every night and she's my companion and she's my lover and we talk about everything that we need to talk about in our life and we stick up and support each other, and the needs are being met that I married her for, then that's why I say, how would I know if my wife is more dedicated to her family? I mean, it would have to be something extreme. She would be showing me that she's more dedicated to her family if, let's say, she talks to them a lot more than to me. You have to remember, though, they're people she grew up with for many years, and she probably knows a lot of people, and you're just one. So she knows about you because she's living with you, and she wants to keep up with them, and it's just something I think she needs to be regulating that time. And if you feel like she's spending too much time with her family, not enough with you, then you just have to point that out. But to her, she probably wouldn't look at it as I'm more dedicated to them. She's probably thinking, well, what do you expect? I grew up with these people. These are friends. These are family members. And I plan on always keeping up with them in their life. But at some point, she should be able to go a few days without it. Let's say if you're taking a short trip somewhere, that would be acceptable to only be on the phone when you're on a long drive or it's late at night, something like that. But otherwise, yeah, what would it look like? I would rather say that if she's not spending any time at all talking to me, let's say it's a girlfriend and she refuses to go on webcam and we don't video chat that much, well, that would be a lack of dedication to you as her boyfriend, in addition to maybe more dedicated to their family. But if you're married and you're living together or you're engaged, then yeah, the time has to shift where the husband is getting his share too. But it doesn't mean that he's always going to get more. It all depends how far away you are from the family. So I'm just, what does more dedicated to her family mean? I don't know. Does that mean more dedicated this week or this month or this season because it's Christmas and maybe somebody's getting married and there's all kind of gifts and planning to make, and so it seems like they're more dedicated. They can't leave certain things behind. So perhaps other people here can tell me what it means if they're Filipina. Let's say it's a girlfriend or even a wife. I'd be especially interested in knowing what gives the impression they are more dedicated to their family than to you. They will be dedicated to their family, but I think they can still be dedicated to her husband, and you have to understand they're so far away. There's a lot of family. You knew that when you married her, if you married her. So that's what I'm just getting at today, just trying to be realistic about the whole thing. There may be an overemphasis on certain times, certain occasions, but that can balance out too. At least it should, if you find love beyond the sea.